Hello and welcome back to my channel for another video. I'm so excited to share with you guys a week of our family dinners. Okay, so today is Father's Day, and I don't normally cook this fancy on a Sunday. We usually do it pretty simple. We do our church on Saturday nights, so Sundays is pretty relaxed for us, and so today I'm kind of doing it up big. I'm making a really fancy breakfast. I'm making a lemon blueberry pound cake. I'm cooking some bone broth to prep for some other meals throughout the week and throughout the rest of this month. And I'm also making some herb sourdough bread. So this is a very fancy day. We do holidays and things like that up big around here, but normally Sundays are not quite this fancy. But I wanted to share with you guys what I'm making for Father's Day. And then I'm also gonna just carry you along throughout the week as we have our family dinners and show you what we're having. It's usually pretty simple. Every once in a while I'll do something fancy, but for the most part I try to keep it basic and easy. So hopefully this gives you some inspiration to add into your family meals throughout the week too. Father's Day dinner is steaks that Zach grilled on the grill. The kids have chicken, and then some leftover rebaked potatoes, corn on the cob, and sourdough bread. So I got this much bone broth. It was about 2 rotisserie chickens and then just some vegetables that I had left over from just chopping them, just like, you know, onion ends and things like that, the inside of peppers. So you just take all of that, you put it in the Instant Pot with water and some vinegar, and then after several hours, it becomes broth. And so I made one in a big mason jar that I'm gonna store in my fridge to use for things like, I put it in the Instant Pot when I do rice, and I use it in sauces and soups and all of that. So these I'm gonna freeze in my freezer. It works better if you have silicone molds, but all I had was these mini loaf pans. So I'm gonna freeze them like this. Once they're frozen, I'm gonna pop them out of these and store them in Ziploc bags. And one of these little loaves is almost about like a carton of broth that you would get like at the store. So it actually made a ton. Okay, so tonight we're gonna have some quesadillas. So we are making some brown rice. Emmy's my little helper. So I just have 2 cups of brown rice in there with like 2.5 cups of the chicken broth that I made earlier in the week. And then I put a little bit of this seasoning in there and some salt. Also use this rice for the chicken casserole that I plan to make tomorrow night, but I'm gonna also serve it as a side tonight with the quesadillas that I'm gonna make. So one of my tried and true tips is to do things in bulk, like how I'm doing this rice. I'm using it for multiple meals throughout the week so that I just have less work on myself. And I do the same thing a lot of times with my meal prep. I'll make like a big batch of soup or a big batch of cauliflower rice or a big batch of chicken or whatever, and then we'll use that throughout the week for lunches and different dinners. Like one thing I did this week was get a big rotisserie chicken from Costco. They're only $5. They're a great value, and I've used it for multiple different things. So I'm gonna use it for a chicken casserole. I've been using it in quesadillas, and which is what I'll do tonight, and I've also used it on some salads throughout the week too. So tonight is one of those nights where my husband is working, so dinner is like super simple around here. I just used these organic whole wheat tortillas from Costco, and I just put some cheese down and some of that rotisserie chicken, and then I usually put my this is the Ninja oven, and I put it on air fry for like a few minutes, 1 or 2 minutes, and then once the tortillas get soft, I'll close them up like this, and then I'll cook them another few minutes until they're nice and crispy. And then that is the kids' quesadillas. I'm gonna have just a salad with some of this rotisserie chicken. The kids are gonna have a side salad, and then we're all gonna have some rice. Just a little real mom encouragement for you guys. I have been sick for several days. The kids have been sick for like what seems like a million weeks. It's been a rough few days around here, and
I'm gonna help you make a salad.
Okay, you can. And as I was making those quesadillas, I just turned on some praise music, and I just started thanking the Lord for each one of those little kids that I was getting to make that food for, because it really is something that is a great privilege that we get to do these tasks for our families. And the enemy tries to come in and tell us that these things are menial, that they don't make a difference, that they don't matter, that we don't matter, that these simple menial tasks of motherhood are not beneficial or important in the long run. And I just want to tell you that's how he comes in, and that's how he steals our joy in those tasks. And we can actually have joy as we're making quesadillas for our kids. That can actually be a fun thing to do and something that brings us joy. But it's when we allow the enemy to come in and steal that joy and tell us all these lies about that task that it becomes that it becomes something that is not so fun to do anymore, and that completely takes the joy out of it. So I just hope that encourages you guys tonight. Today is Tuesday. I've got laundry abounding. We have so much laundry today, and that is like my focus. Plus Gabe is like doing baseball camp this week. We're still all recovering from this cold we've had, and it's a little bit of a busy day. So tonight is going to be a really easy, really simple dinner. It's going to be just a sheet pan meal, and I am all about those sheet pan meals because they're like one pan that I have to wash, and it just is quick and simple and easy. So I'm going to show y'all how I do that later, but I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken out to thaw for that, and I'll show you how I make it. Okay, for dinner tonight is my little sheet pan chicken and veggies. I have right here just 2 russet potatoes that I peeled and diced up. You want them really small so that they cook through. And then I usually do green beans, but I didn't have any, so frozen broccoli it is. And then this is just 4 chicken breasts that I chopped up, and I did it pretty small. And then what I'm about to do is sprinkle on this whole packet of Italian seasoning, and then you pour over a stick of melted butter on top of all of that, and then you just bake it in the oven for 350 for about 40 to 50 minutes, and it is so good. Tonight is a church night, so we will be having this chicken casserole, and I like to do a quick casserole like this on church nights because it's easy to do it early in the day and just throw it in the oven while I get all the kids dressed and ready and all that, and then we eat and we run out the door. So I have just some rotisserie chicken, that same one that I bought earlier in the week, and then I have some brown rice in here, some broccoli, a little bit of cauliflower rice, and some red onions that I sauteed in the microwave. Just a little bit, and then just a little bit of seasoning like salt and pepper and like garlic powder. And I think that's all I put in here. And then I have some sourdough dinner rolls rising. I'm about to shape these and put them in a dish, and we'll have those along with this for dinner. I meant to say I also have a little bit of mayonnaise and some cream of chicken soup in here too to kind of bind it all together. Casserole is ready to go in the oven. I just topped it with a little bit of Ritz crackers and some butter. The rolls are starting to rise pretty nicely, so we will get those in the oven in a minute too, and then it'll be dinner time. So today's Thursday. It's a very busy day. It is not going quite how I planned, but it's okay. I had planned to do like spaghetti tonight for dinner, but we are throwing a birthday bash for our pastor this weekend, and I'm helping with it, and there is a lot to do, and we are probably gonna have to meet at the church tonight to like go over some things and like start decorating and stuff. So I was gonna just make like spaghetti like the normal way tonight, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and like make it ahead of time. And I was thinking about doing like a baked spaghetti, which I do sometimes, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make the sauce and like just leave it on the stove and let my husband just like reheat it, because I don't think I'm gonna be here for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna let him just like reheat it, and then all he'll have to do is cook the noodles and make like a salad. So I think he can handle that, and that will be a really good dinner for tonight, and I can prep a little bit of it ahead of time so that he won't have quite as much to do. Getting ready to put the sauce together for the for the spaghetti, and I wanted to let you guys know that a little mom hack that I do is I put a ton of veggies in our spaghetti sauce. Like I put peppers and zucchini and squash and basically anything that I have. I chop it up really tiny, and I throw it in the sauce and saute it, and no one ever knows, and they eat it right up, and no one complains about the veggies. So there's a little mom hack for you. So tonight is Friday, and I am coming to you all fancy. Y'all take a good look, because this never happens. Be fancied up on a Friday night. Normally we're sitting in the living room eating pizza right now. But my pastor is turning 40, and we are throwing him this big fun birthday party. So my husband and I have decided to just make it a date night, and we are headed out for that tonight. So tonight's dinner will be whatever they're having there. I am so excited. It's gonna be a really fun night. It's gonna be like a variety show. So never done anything like that. And we have not dressed up in like years probably. So this will be a fun change. So I'll show you guys what I did make today though. So what I spent my whole day making is the one of the appetizers for the party for tonight, which is artichoke bruschetta, and it is yummy yummy. So I'll show you that in here in a minute. Saturday, it's one of my family's favorite nights of the week. This is the night where we always get pizza, and we were doing it on Fridays for a long time, but now Saturdays just work better for our family. So every Saturday we get pizza, or we make it homemade, and we always have a lot of fun doing our own homemade pizza. Sometimes I'll do like a sourdough crust, but usually it's just takeout pizza, and that is something we just all love. We budget every month so that we have money to have pizza and pop night is what we call it. And so that's what we're doing tonight. So another night of not anything real fancy on my end. It's just been one of those kind of crazy weeks. So I didn't guarantee you guys any like fancy recipes. I just wanted to show you the reality of what a week of our dinners looks like, and this is what it is. Well, that's gonna do it for this week of our family dinners. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We keep it pretty simple, and this week was kind of an unusual week because we were so busy. So there wasn't quite as many homemade meals as we normally make, but that's okay. That's a real week in our life. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it gave you some ideas for how you can do some family meals at your house. We really value our family meals and sitting down at the table as a family together. I feel like it's so important. I feel like it builds confidence in our kids. It brings us together as a family unit, and it's just so important to be having those family dinners. So I highly encourage you, if you aren't doing that, to start it, because it is so wonderful and it is just such a sweet family time. That's it, y'all. I hope you will join me again for my next video. Be sure that you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.